As a martial art, Kung Fu is kind of known for its insane training methods. Super hard stuff. So what do we do on this channel? You had to try. And lucky for me, I happen to know a guy who 1, knows Kung Fu, 2, looks like he was attacked by everyone and won. Oh, there's a warm-up.
Down here. So you're gonna get that horse, whichever one you choose. And then what you're gonna try and do is you're gonna bring this foot up and in. So you're gonna go here, that.
The horse stance is a pretty integral part of Kung Fu. You hear stories of people just doing this for hours.
There you go. Yeah, see if you can draw your spine back. So like as you would build it, you would try and get straighter into that.
You mean I'm not doing it perfectly right now?
Yes, you are.
A lot of like traditional martial arts practices these styles and these poses like this one here that don't really like make a lot of sense for fighting. You don't fight like that, right?
This one is not particularly technique driven. It could be like, okay, you know, I'm avoiding something. Sure. But we don't look at that one that way. We look at that for strengthening on the inside. So yeah. if I am with you, then sure. You know, just reaping and pulling. So just strengthening these tools to have them there.
Yeah, right.
It's not specific technique. It's the conditioning.
The conditioning.
So what you're trying to, again, develop is all this stuff back here. That external work of you trying to get here, like this.
Yeah.
We're trying to do stuff like this without coming up, so that when you're boxing and stuff, I can have a loaded leg and I can go forward easily without having to go all the time doing that thing.
Another really cool thing about this Kung Fu place is there's this great big like mural, but it's not a mural, it's an art piece.
So there's a monkey on there. You have to spend the time to find the monkey.
Sifu Chris says he knows where it is.
Dude, it is awful.
But none of his students do.
I wonder how big the monkey is.
Okay, let's get on fingers. You're just gonna do your fingertip push-up, okay? Yep, pretty basic.
It seems like a lot of these are just designed to work on strength that you don't usually use, like the strength in your hands, but while they're open, not closed.
You can clap fingers. Yes, dude. Yeah, there you go. Ah. Yeah, man, that's it. But again, you guys working just on your fingertips, whether it doesn't matter, you're clapping, not clapping. This is the opposite way, right? This is what we're used to.
Yeah.
Grab, grab, grab. This is that opposite support. Sifu said you gotta have 3 things. Be a good Kung Fu man. You gotta have guts, you gotta have a hard hand, and you gotta have training partners. To get hard hand, you gotta do something. It doesn't have to be this. And again, this is all at your option for whether you try this or not. Your gator hops are doing this way or down here, this way. So you want to keep a good fist. Don't have your thumb. Use your whole body so you can yeah, you know.
Is that it? Okay.
It doesn't have to be this. We have jongs and other things and bags. You start out on bags. It's slow, consistent work. This is that thing when they say do something 10,000 times. That's the beginning. That's the beginning.
My hands are not as tough as I thought. I could have sworn my hands were a lot tougher. I feel kind of disgraced by them.
You can make your muscles stronger and you can make your brain, or your mindset, I guess, more mentally strong. But one thing Kung Fu and other traditional martial arts styles like to do is like a punching kick conditioning.
In Chinese Kung Fu, that's a zhong. It means a stake or a post. Then you get into working the arms. That's what we really want to concentrate on first. You're trying to build the arms like you build your shins. This. Gong and ma. Horse and bow. Yep. Okay. Turning my waist and running into this
That
thing.
one was developed in
I'm
Stockton, you said? This is you if you don't subscribe. Give me a subscribe.
And right, you would again use Choma for this training. So you would use that twist stance for the training. All you're doing is basic work here, bang, bang. So you want to do this at the top here, and you got to run it all the way down to your ankle.
I feel like a lot of people think of Kung Fu and they think of like a up in the mountains way of training and doing like stuff like this. But I feel like, was it much more of a literally in the parking lot type of deal for a lot of people?
So absolutely. Like you look back to San Francisco, Sensei got his stuff from his father when he was 7 at first. The hop guard was passed to him then in Canton, before they had to run from the communists. The history with all of that was just train where you could. Sifu Ing had a Kwoon at a school, you know, simple schools for the most part. And in Chinatown today, it's the same thing. They're literally underground.
Wow.
So they're on the streets and they're down in the basements and they train where they can. The lion dance teams, so those lions on the thing, they train in the alleys because there's no room. So when I first started with Sifu, he owned a place called the Golden Dragon.
Okay.
So Golden Dragon is the best restaurant in Fayetteville. He was a Cantonese chef. Go to school and he cooked for us every night. So we practice out in the parking lot.
Right.
And then we come in to the restaurant and he cooked for us and we sit and talk Kung Fu and everything. It was
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, living the Kung Fu dream.
That's always one of my favorite stories to hear. I've heard it before, but I wanted to ask it again for you guys. And while Sifu Chris is not a chef, there's one thing he's good at cooking up, and that's pain.
This thing is for flattening out pavement. So this is meant for conditioning your arm from here down. So I'm gonna do that and let it roll down this, right? So this is just, so I'm taking the impact here, conditioning, and then you can get where you're doing.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to train like out in the parking lot. It makes sense to train like in places like that by the dumpster. Because that's where this tends to happen.
Yeah, to your thumb. Yep. Don't hit yourself in the face, although that would be great. All the way to your thumb. All the way to your thumb. Yeah, you gotta find a special place.
Nice and crunchy. Like you should train where you expect to use it to a degree. Like if you're always on like a cushy mat and like every time you fall it's on something soft.
Right.
By the time you fall on something hard, it's going to be a completely different experience.
Yeah. There. This part down here.
That's brutal.
Bang.
Yeah.
Bang. Bang. Bang.
Let's try.
Bang.
And out of all of the difficult things that happened in this video, the squats, the push-ups, the punching and the kicking of the pole, and then the water bucket thing, the hardest part of this video was I didn't even find the monkey.